Toys are a wonderful thing. With them, children can invent entire worlds and create their very own stories. One toy is especially suited to this: Lego. But despite being such a versatile and stimulating toy, something about Lego perplexes me. Apparently there are adults who play with Lego. And I don't just mean playing with their children, I mean they buy their very own Lego. Respectable adults should know that there is a time for everything, and the time for toys was childhood. Wouldn't you agree? And cut. I said cut! Ladies, gentlemen, greetings, and welcome to the Kinetoscope Parlour. I'm your host, Baron Celsius von Fahrenheit, and I'm here today with Chris Magno, one of the organizers of Brickfête. Can you tell us what Brickfête actually is?
Brickfête is a group of adult fans of Lego. We say AFOL. And we all get together in one place to play with the brick. There's not a lot of places where adults can play with Lego and have people not look at you funny. It's sad but true. We've been doing this now for, I guess, 3-4 years now. This is our first time in Montreal, and we love this city.
The buildings we see here, all the creations, are they built especially for this event?
Not specifically. The answer is yes or no. A lot of the adults here who build with their own personal collections, and they will. The joke, as I say, is they come out of their basement once a year to display here.
Well, what I brought out to the show today is part of my military collection. Lego doesn't officially build any military-style sets, so there's a large following for enthusiasts that like to build modern and World War II style vehicles and weapons and minifigures.
This is called Jetstar Quarry Castle. I really enjoy building in castle, but I used to always build until I ran out of bricks. And my castles were really small, and I had a friend who lent me all of his brick. So I could build the castle I always wanted to build.
I built a model train display. It contains modular tables that have track and scenery and model trains that I built in Lego. This is a model train station that is based on somewhere in southern England where I grew up.
I built mostly classic space stuff. Classic space being the early stuff that came out in the late 70s, early 80s. It built mostly spaceships, lunar base, moon-based modules, and I have actually a space train that goes around my layout.
I'm a robot specialist, Lego robot specialist, so I make robots. In fact, what we're doing here is we're presenting the next generation of Lego Mindstorm's robotic system.
A lighthouse that really exists. It's near Tadoussac, Quebec, and it's called Au Fond Prince.
It's called a great ball contraption. It consists of several mechanical modules, or they can be also robotized modules, and they can actually go, each module can feed one to the next. And we can have 10 modules, 20 modules, 30 modules, doesn't matter. And they can be in any order possible because they all start on the same starting point.
How long have you been playing with Lego?
I personally have been playing with Lego for building with Lego. No, I play with Lego. For almost, I guess, 20 years now? 20? years now?
I started 36 years ago, had a really big gap in the middle, so I got back into it about 2.5 years ago.
I have been playing with Lego for the past 15 years, I'd say, and previous to that I had a long dark age.
Well, that's a difficult question, and you know, most people have these sort of dark ages where they're not building Lego. I do have memories where, you know, as early as 3 building Lego and throughout childhood, and even in university I would buy the odd set and build that. I would say it wasn't until I started building with my kids again that's when I really started to get really seriously into Lego.
Since I was a child, when I was about 21, 22, I stopped using it. About 8 years ago, I started back into it with the birth of my first son, so it's been well over 25 years, if not longer.
I rekindled that passion with when my kids were old enough to play with Lego.
Well, I got back into it at about 30 when I discovered, about at the same time as the internet was born, I discovered that Lego had a computer brain that you can, you know, combine computers and Lego. I thought it was a really cool concept, so I got back into it.
All my life.
I had a dark age, and it's my husband who returned to the world of Lego, and I slowly returned to it too.
What is it you love so much about Lego?
For me personally, I use the Lego brick as a medium to prototype robotics. It gave me the opportunity to come up with a design, try the design, see if it works. And if it doesn't, I take it apart and can reuse the bricks.
I think what's great about Lego is the fact that it's a medium, right? You can use it, it becomes a tool. Like in my case, I do robots. So to make a robot, you need the computer stuff. So sure, you can go and get some Arduino and some sensors and start soldering, but you'll still need plywood and gears or plastic. You'll need material to make your robot. Here you got a complete universe of Lego parts that exist, and everybody knows how to play with Lego. And when you get into the Lego technique, you can pretty much build just about anything.
The creation, the world that you can create is never ending. It's mind-blowing.
I guess it allows me to combine both sides of my brain. So, you know, I'm an engineer by trade, so, you know, very logical thinker, you know, very engineering sort of mind, but there's definitely an element of me that was sort of the creative aspect.
There's a lot of things, the creativity that's involved, the challenge of trying to come up with how to build what I want to build with the pieces that I've got. But the real reason I like playing with Lego is I just like clicking the bricks together. I love the feeling of clicking bricks together.
It's a hobby for me. It's a great pastime, great stress reliever. When I have some problems at home or even at work, I go down to my basement, go down to my Lego room, play with my Legos.
It's a toy that you can do so much with. You can build one thing, enjoy it, and then take it apart, build something else. I get a lot of enjoyment because both of my kids enjoy playing it, so it's time that we spend together and build different items and just enjoy them.
I find it very soothing for the soul. It's my media of being an artist. That's my art.
What do you say to people when they tell you you're too old to play with Lego?
That happens sometimes, especially with the friends and the coworkers when they first find out that I play with Lego.
It's funny, I don't think I've actually heard someone tell me that, like straight to my face. I think there are enough adults who build with Lego now that it's sort of more or less, you know, accepted.
I would say definitely there is no age limit for that.
You're never too old to play with Lego, never, never.
Never too old to play with Lego, never too old.
You're never too old to play with Lego, ever. The ones who say that are the ones who just wish that they had the time to actually play with Lego.
This is a hobby, it just happens to be a children's toy.
Well, I tell them that I just got back from Jakarta exposing my robots, and that you know, I'm heading to Copenhagen in February, and when they see my track record of all the places I've been, they start getting jealous and they wish they were also playing Lego.
There isn't an age limit on fun. Fun is for every age, and if you think that fun is just for kids, you're so wrong. You're missing out. Wake up.
Before we part, I need to ask you the obligatory geek question. So it's gonna go with the theme today. If you could live in any one of the worlds that Lego has created, which one would you choose?
Oh wow, that's an excellent question. Lego has created so many different, I think they call them universes. There's like the Friends line and there's a Chima line, and they really do evolve with the youth of today. For me personally, I couldn't just pick one. I know that there are no real universes for Technic per se, but that's where I would have to choose to live if I had to pick.
It was very obvious to to pick sort of one of the some fantasy themes. So I kind of like space as well, and I used to like the old classic Lego space set. So maybe sort of a Lego lunar moon base or something like that.
Space, the space world. I would love to be. I always wanted to be an astronaut.
Space classic. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I love space classic.
It's hard to say. I like the Lego Technic world or the robotic world.
Castle world. Absolutely castle. My second choice would be pirates.
I'd like to say castle, but no, because medieval knights with dragons and things, I don't want to live there. I'd probably live in town, city, just because that's nice. They have comfortable houses and cars and things, yeah.
You mean besides Denmark?
So thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Welcome to Brickfête.
That's all for today. I'm Baron Celsius von Fahrenheit, telling you to stay weird, and I shall see you again at the Kinetoscope Parlour. Hello, Alex here. I hope you liked my first non-steampunk episode. If you did, please subscribe, like, and most of all, share the video. If you came to this video just looking for stuff about Lego and are wondering why I'm dressed so weird throughout the episode, I recommend checking out the first 3 episodes. They'll explain everything and you might find something you like. I had a lot of fun at Brickfête. The people there were just fantastic and they create wonderful things. I was originally not sure I was going to do an episode about this, but when I saw the potential, I just had to, so I went back home, brought my costume and did the whole thing. The people there helped me a lot. Chris, who's in the episode, and a lady, I don't have her name, who actually gave me a press pass and let me stay after the doors were closed so I could record in a better environment. I learned a lot doing this episode. It was my first location shooting and it was a very noisy environment. I have to apologize, by the way, to Mathieu, who gave me an entire interview, but there was nothing I could use because the sound was just too bad. I'm very sorry about that. I tried to make everything intelligible despite the noise. I hope it came out satisfactory. I've been a fan of Lego ever since I can remember, so this was pretty neat, and I really think I'm gonna go back to Brickfête, even if it's not for a show. I just really had a lot of fun there. So once again, hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time with our next guest.